Hello, gorgeous people. I pray that you guys are blessed and highly favored. As you know, my name is Kenesha Burke. Thank you guys so much for the new following and for the new subscribers. I mean, to others, it's little, but for me, I'm thankful because one, I'm being more consistent on my channel and posting and really taking it serious, not just for myself because I'm going to benefit from it, but also I feel like if I'm not talking, if I'm not speaking, if I'm not doing these videos, I'm not helping that one person or that two people that need to hear my story and need to hear what I have to say. And sometimes you think there's so much going on social media, but and you don't want to put your input, but I feel like that one or two person that needs your voice is going to help them so much, and I'm doing them a disservice, right? To not say something, to not speak up. So I just want to thank you guys for following me. Please continue to share my videos, comment, and like, because that's going to help my platform. I am on Instagram, I am on Facebook, and I am on YouTube. My daughter, Autumn Beat Up Your Chest, is helping me out on TikTok, and hopefully, you know, things will come together after a while. Now, actually, I am going to enjoy this video. I'm going to enjoy this video because I'm going to enjoy this video because I know that these new mindsets and these views have switched up my whole perception on life and self and surrounding and people. And I know that it's going to help you. Now, before I get into this video, I want you to know that I have a TLC business now. If you've not heard about TLC, I'm releasing some videos concerning that. I have a traveling agency right now. Could you believe it? And I'm still selling my waist trainers. Guys, I don't know if you've seen my before and after pictures. Thank God for waist trainers. Thank God for detoxing, and thank God for eating healthy, exercise, and just the right mindset, okay? But I have a video to explain to you guys about my great transformation. You know, once you've done it once, doing it again, it's easy, okay? Doing it again is easy. Now, I wanna get into this video. If you are interested in any of the businesses that I've mentioned, just click the link below and you'll go to my link tree, and my link tree will bring up everything that I'm involved in. And if you are interested in buying a product or just supporting me, December is here tomorrow, seriously. And after December, God spares life, we will be going into 2023. Can you imagine? Let me tell y'all something. I'm feeling younger, right? I don't know if it's because my eating habit has changed. I don't know if it's the shift in the mindset. I'm feeling so young. You know, when the Bible say he will restore your youth, guys, I feel like I'm living in my 20s. I, I, if I, I'm telling you guys, I feel like I'm living in my 20s, okay? And it feels good. It feels good. Yes, anyways, let's get into this video. Thank you guys so much. Share, subscribe, do what you gotta do to help a girl out, okay? These are lessons that have been extremely, in my face, right? And I really want to share them with you guys. And I hope that they will be a complete blessing to you, okay? Love yourself the way you expect others to love you. I think this was a big lesson for me, especially being married and in a relationship with one person for 8 years. I believe we came into our marriage very ignorant, and I think we went through our marriage quite ignorant. And it's not only to the 7th, 8th year that I feel like we started seeking knowledge about marriage. And I realized that I was quite needy, right? And even when I look before my marriage, in other relationships, I was a very needy person. And recently, me and my husband had a disagreement, and I'm in a place where I'm really working on my emotion, and I'm working on not having outbursts, right? Or not even speaking out of just emotions, right? And I'm not trying to be perfect, I'm trying to be better, okay? And recently, our son, our youngest son, was hospitalized. And I think it put us under a lot of stress and a lot of pressure. And I saw a more emotional side to my husband that I've ever seen. Not that he was crying, but he needed to talk. And usually it's me who needs to talk, and he's unbothered or he can't speak right now. And now I was in my own I was in his shoes, right? And I saw how someone who is so emotional, and my husband's not an emotional person, but in that moment with the distress of our son being hospitalized and probably not sleeping for a couple of nights and other things going on, um, he expressed his expression for me came off quite emotional because I've never seen him this way. And I was like, is this how I am? Yo, nah, kid. Nah, kid. You cannot be stressing people out like this, right? And you know, to see myself for the first time in my husband made me step back. I was like, yo, Ken, nah, nah. You gotta fix up, you gotta fix up quick, okay? And so to see someone else other than me be emotional and erratical and cray cray, I was like, Ken, you have some serious work to do. And I decided that I am going to love myself in the way that I expect others to love me. And I realized that I had to really put a cap on the expressions of how I am feeling, how I express myself, and how my expressions might harm someone. And I don't mean like it might be emotionally stressful, mentally draining. And I'm not saying I can't feel and stuff, but I have to find a better way to do it. Now, this was just a few weeks ago. But that is one thing I've learned, that how I expect to be loved, I need to love me like that. And if I am overwhelmed already, or I am going through something already, I would like the other person to step back. And I need to realize that how I am dealing with other people, I might not understand what I'm doing until I experience what I do, or I experience what I am doing. So if I truly love me and I truly take care of me, I will try to understand the stress that I am putting others through by how I am reacting or responding. And I will learn how to express myself in a better way. And so, one, I want to show myself respect, okay, and love by not putting my stress on other people or having outbursts, but stepping back, taking it down, and then expressing it in a calmer and a better way. It's work in process, guys. Another thing is that, as I said, I was quite needy. I'm learning that not everyone can handle that, and I don't think it's fair or right that I put that kind of stress on someone else. So instead, I need to learn how to enjoy being with me, or enjoy finding time for me, making time with friends, making time with family, and stop putting everything on one person, right? Or because I'm married, or because I'm in a relationship, you are responsible in making me feel good. No, 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 no. And when I think about that, that is quite dysfunctional. I am responsible in making me feel good. I am responsible in making me feel love. I am responsible in knowing what makes me feel what, and how I can make me feel that way. How crazy is it to put the pressure on someone to make me feel something? For me to put that pressure on one person. You're supposed to make me feel like this. You don't make me feel loved. You don't make me feel good. How dare I? Like, how dare I? No, really, how dare I? I'm responsible in making me feel loved. And when my husband do what he do, it's icing on top of my cake, right? The Bible says, do not put your trust in man. My husband could be unwell, God forbid. My husband could be tired. He can be overworked. He probably just want his own time. And I'm like, you did not make me feel loved. No, Ken. Make yourself feel loved. Make yourself feel appreciated and adored. And then when he do find the time and the strength to give it to me, I will not be like it's a demand on him, but I would appreciate it more. Now, I'm not saying I can't ask for his time. I can't ask for his attention. But to put such a power in someone else's hands, I take my power back. And I put feeling loved in my hands. I put feeling adored in my hands. And before I put it in my hands, I put it in God's hands. And when my husband do it, I appreciate it even more. Am I saying I can't ask for my husband time? No. Am I saying I can't ask for his attention? No. But I will never give him the responsibility ever again to make me feel anything. That is my responsibility. And that's just how I think. This might not be where you're at, but this is where I am at. And even just say, for example, me and my husband somehow separate or whatever, just an example. I will still never put such a responsibility in anyone's hands. So this doesn't have anything to do with my husband. This is just me as a person. This is just how I think right now in my life. I will never give anyone that power or that responsibility to make me feel something, anything. That is my responsibility. Okay, I hope you guys caught that. Okay, the second thing is a marriage, a relationship, a friendship, a partnership, whether work, whatever, will never work if only one person is working on it. If our marriage is supposed to flourish and become more, that's because we are both putting in the work. If our marriage is should survive anything, it's because we're both putting in the work. But for anything to work, we both need to be in agreement that this is what we want. And so I was speaking to one of my sisters. When I say sister, not blood, just sister in general. And she was expressing her situation to me. And one of my main question is both of you on board, or is it both of you or is it just one of you? Who is involved in making this relationship work? Because nothing is going to work unless you both want it to work. And unless you both want it to work, it ain't going to work. I don't know how else to say this. But for anything to work, relationship, marriage, you both need to want it to work. Okay, and then you guys have to talk about the difficult things. Read, learn, do what you have to do to gain the knowledge, wisdom, understanding, and implement it. Do it. Number 3, just because you are intentionally working on your development, your growth, you becoming your best and showing up your best daily, doesn't mean others around you are doing it. Others around you is probably studying a certain topic, whether psychology, criminology, art, music. They're probably studying, but they're not working on themselves inwardly. And this is why you can see a nurse who's also a stripper, right? This is why you can also see a doctor or someone in finance, an accountant, who's also a thief or a liar. Yes, you're well educated in your field, but you lack character. You lack self-control. You lack integrity and honor. Okay? And we all have somewhere to start. I used to be a fornicator. I used to be a weed head. I used to smoke weed. I won't say I was a weed head because I won't. I used to smoke weed. I used to drink alcohol. I used to do things that are considered as someone who lack honorable character, right? But through work on self, I am becoming better. And I'm only competing with me. I ain't competing it with no one else. I'm trying to better myself daily, right? And so just because that is my focus doesn't mean other people value such important, discipline. And so you now have to decide what to do with that situation. Are you willing to be patient, or are you going to step back, allow that person to go through what they are going through, but still have the door open for when they are ready? Knowing who you really are and developing and growing and becoming every day will cause you to put new boundaries and new rules in place for people to not cross. And here's the thing, some people don't like boundaries. Some people want to deal with you how they want to deal with you, and whether you like it or not, they're going to do them. And you have to realize that if you say, hey, I don't like this, and someone keeps doing that to you, you now have to realize it's no longer their fault that they're able to do it to you. And if you stick and stand true to your boundaries, and you've told someone, I don't like when you do that, and they continue doing it, it is now up to you to remove yourself from that relationship or that situation. Okay? And the more you come into knowing you, the more you'll put boundaries to restrict people from taking advantage and for violating your consciousness, right? And so when I look back at young Kanisha allowed anyone into her life, into her environment, and even into her. And when I became aware of me, of the true me, how valuable I am, how precious I am, how my God see me. He said I'm beautiful and wonderfully made. There's none on earth like me, not even my twin, right? We are unique in our own precious ways. You will never contact anyone that is Kanisha, ever. When I found out how amazing I was, I started to put great boundaries in. And I noticed that the more I grow and the more I become, the more boundaries I'm putting in to what I will accept from people around me. And it's not that I think too much of myself, or maybe I do. Why not? I am amazing. I am beautiful. I am beautiful and I am worthy of nothing about the best. And here's the thing, when I am talking about the basics, like the little things of just listening to me, of just responding with love and respect, when I'm talking about the minimum things and people get upset, I'm like, if you don't think I'm worthy of your respect, get out of my life. If you don't think I'm worthy of your respect, stay away from me. Don't come around me, because I'm the type, I'm not going to disrespect you unless, let me just throw that in there, unless you disrespect me. And that is if I don't feel like being the bigger person. And here's the thing, I don't always want to be the bigger person, so I won't. I'm not going to sleep with anything heavy on my heart because I chose to be the bigger person. Sometimes I want to be the petty one. Sometimes I want to be the child. And I know some people's not going to like that, but that's where I'm at. Why should I always be the big one? No, someone can take that title sometimes. Okay? And so when you learn who you are and you put your boundaries in, a little story. So one day I woke up to a message from an older sister. Now bear in mind, I mean a real sister. We grew up together, but we weren't very close. And when we were younger, me and this older sister fought, and hey, my mother's blood seems to be running through my vein more than hers because I was a beast, okay? So anyways, I whooped her, fill in the blank. And I feel like this sister, so I was 16 when all this happened, but I feel like even now, I'm 32. And I think at the time, so that sister is quite older than me. But I think she was in her 20s at the time, early 20s. But I feel like even up to today, she still hold that grudge against me. But anyways, this situation must have been like 3 years ago or 4. So anyways, I woke up to a message saying, just because we blood doesn't make us family. Now for me, I thought that was quite strange because we don't have anything like, well, let me rephrase that. I don't have an issue with her. Like, I really don't. I was 16 or probably younger, and I was a child, and you provoked me, and you got what you got, okay? Let it go. Take responsibility. You was the older sister. We had company around. You had no right to deal with me in a way that made me feel like I should be the way that I reacted, okay? But anyways, she messaged that to me, and I didn't feel like being the bigger person. So I had a good back and forth with her. And then she would block me. She would message me, block me, message me, block me, message me, block me. And I'm like, listen, I did say to her, you guys believe because I'm a Christian that I can't behave like you guys. Like I'm from your guy. I'm your sibling. Like the same way you can react, I can react. I just choose not to do it most time. Like I just choose not to do it. But if you want to push me, I will show you that it's in me. Anyways, let's move on. The more you grow, the more you know who you are, the more boundaries you're going to put in to keep and guard yourself. Don't expect people to know what you want. Start to learn to communicate what you want. And I feel like I used to be like that with my husband, where I expected his time, or I expected him to do certain things, but I wouldn't ask. I'll just expect you to know it. And as I matured and I got wiser, I realized that anything I want and I ask my husband for, more time he's gonna give it to me. So if I want a hug or I want a kiss or I want his time, instead of getting grumpy and upset and moody, the guy don't even know what's wrong. Silly. I'm just gonna ask for it. And I feel like when you know who you are and you are becoming, you're gonna be more confident in doing things that you once used to handle quite childlike and petty. And pettiness should be a choice, let's put it that way. Okay, it shouldn't be a lifestyle, it should be a choice. So when you see your partner growing, make sure to you start to do the same and more. I love this one, and these are just things that I've learned. Listen, if I'm in a relationship, yeah, and my husband is growing and I'm just staying here, it's a problem. Because if we're not growing together and developing together, someone's gonna outgrow someone, and that's gonna cause problems. Like, seriously, if I'm with you for 10 years and all 10 years you still think the same and you still behave the same and you still speak the same and do things the same, something's wrong. That means you are not reading, you are not studying, you are not getting mentors, you are not becoming, and that's a problem. Okay. There's this thing on YouTube. I absolutely love the guy. He was like, I love you, but I can't grow with you. I cannot grow with you. And that's a problem. I mean, a massive. How can we look at photos and videos 10 years from now and be the same? Ain't nothing grown. You know, something's wrong. Something is wrong. We need to cut it. We need to either you start reading, studying, start putting in the time and the development and the work, or we part, because I can't be with someone that I can't grow with. I can't have intellectual conversations. I can't be with someone and still 10 years we can't handle our differences better. Like, seriously. And to be honest, I've seen a big growth in how we deal with things. Can it be better? Always. It can always be better. Find out what loving yourself means and learn it. Become obsessed with it and do it. Find out what loving yourself means. Learn it, become obsessed with it, and do it. I am obsessed with learning how to love myself every day. Okay? Finding out what Kenesha likes and doing it. Doing it. Do not allow anyone to put you in a box. Anyone, anything. Don't allow it to turn your beautiful feathers, colorful, vibrant feathers, black, dull, and gray. Continue being colorful, continue shining, and don't let anyone try to dim your light, because your brightness overshadows them. You know, you can walk in the room with 3-4 people, but you stand out not because you're overdressed than them. It's just this light in you. Don't allow anyone to dim your light. Don't allow anyone to dim your shine. Don't allow anyone to tell you you're too much. Like, if I'm too much, go ahead. Go on. Go on. Go and find someone who's too little or less. But as for me, I'm going to shine in the glory that God has poured upon me. I'm going to roll in it. I'm going to be all in it, and I'm going to just love it. I'm going to love the shine that God's given me. Love the shine that God's given you, and let nothing, no one, no religion, no rules stop you from shining. Who you are is who God created you to be. Okay, I'm not telling you not to grow. I'm not telling you not to become your best self daily. But I'm telling you the beautiful sides to you, the colorful sides, the things people tell you is too much. It's really not too much. They just cannot handle it. Yeah, the right people will love your shine, will love your beauty. Can I add one more? If you want me to add one more, say yes. Just type yes in the comment. Love you. And when I say love you, I mean love everything about you. You're ugly and you're beautiful. Love the ugly side to you and love the beautiful side to you. When you have come to peace with your imperfection, you're going to just love yourself even more, right? Because here's the thing, no one in this world is perfect. No one in this world, right, have it all together. Like we're all kind of cray-cray in our own way, right? We all have some dysfunction in our own way. Come to terms with that and be okay with it, right? The sooner you become okay with you, the sooner you are able to be free. Okay, and I'm not saying don't heal. I'm not saying don't become healthier or better, but I'm saying be kind to you, love you regardless. That is what unconditional love is. That I see your mess, I see your flaws, but girl, I love you anyways. You know, I was pregnant and they told me I was overweight. At the time, I didn't know I was going through something mentally. But when I had my son and they were still telling me I was overweight, I will look at myself in the mirror and I will tell myself, I love you. You're beautiful. You're amazing. All of you. Because your amazing body carried all these children and birthed them and is still functioning well. I told my body, I told this vessel that you're amazing and I love you and I thank you for everything that you're doing. And because I love my body, even in its mess or in its overweight state, I am able to drop that weight out of love because I'm going to eat healthier. I'm going to get the mental health help that I need. I'm going to speak my truth in the best way possible, and I'm going to do what I have to do to get to the target and the destination that I want to get to. Okay? So be kind to you, love on you, be respectful to you, right? And truly, truly figure out who you are. God bless. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and check out my businesses. Don't ever fall in love. Learn in love. What I mean by that, learn you and learn that person and learn what your needs are and if that person is able to meet your needs. But before you ever get there, learn you. And I've learned that you change constantly. You, we will change constantly. And if you're not open to the other person growing or you growing and changing, when that person do change or when you do change, it might not work. But be open to change. Be open to adapt. Don't expect others to complete you. That's the worst thing you do. That's the worst thing you can ever do is expect someone to complete you. Complete yourself. When you are completed and the other person is completed, it's better, trust me. Sometimes you'll get broken, but if you're with the right person, they will help you to get up. And sometimes your person is going to be broken, and if you're the right person, you will help them up.